What if Nissan took one of America's most familiar midsize sedans and completely reinvented it for a new era? The Nissan Altima has traditionally been the practical choice. Comfortable, efficient, spacious, and relatively affordable. Today, we're taking a detailed look at this futuristic interpretation of the 2027 Nissan Altima, covering the exterior, interior, potential powertrain, technology, expected pricing, and what it could mean for Nissan's midsize sedan. With that said, let's begin with the design, because this Altima certainly doesn't look ordinary. Starting at the front, the first thing that immediately stands out is just how clean the entire design has become. The front fascia appears wide and low, creating the impression of a significantly more planted vehicle. Ultra-slim LED daytime running lights stretch outward toward the corners, visually increasing the width of the car. A thin, illuminated element connects the lighting across the upper portion of the fascia, creating a continuous technological signature. Move around to the side, and the proportions become even more interesting. The roofline flows smoothly toward the rear deck, while the windshield appears steeply raked. Combined with the relatively low body and wide stance, the car develops a much sportier profile. Instead of complicated character lines running in every direction, the body relies on clean surfaces and carefully controlled reflections. Rear design, and then we arrive at arguably one of the strongest angles of the car, the rear. The futuristic character becomes even more obvious here. A continuous red LED light bar stretches almost completely across the width of the vehicle, with illuminated segments positioned at both outer corners. Across the center, the Nissan lettering is integrated directly into the dark horizontal trim. The rear deck itself is remarkably clean. Now open the doors, and this is where the imagined 2027 Altima takes its biggest leap. The cabin shown here represents a dramatic departure from the traditional midsize sedan. Instead of separate displays scattered across the dashboard, there's an enormous digital interface stretching almost from the driver's side to the passenger side. The instrument cluster, navigation system, infotainment controls, vehicle information, media functions, and potentially passenger entertainment could all be integrated into this panoramic display architecture. Technology would likely be another critical battlefield. A next-generation Altima would need more than simply a larger screen. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto would be expected, alongside wireless smartphone charging, multiple USB-C ports, connected navigation, voice control, over-the-air software capabilities, and a high-quality premium audio option. Nissan could also continue expanding its driver assistance technology. Depending on trim and market, that could mean adaptive cruise control, lane centering assistance, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, automated emergency braking, surround view cameras, and more sophisticated highway driving assistance. Now we come to one of the biggest unanswered questions. What would power the 2027 Nissan Altima? Because Nissan has not confirmed the specifications of the futuristic vehicle represented by these images, exact engine numbers will be speculation. A conventional gasoline powertrain could remain the entry point if Nissan wants to maintain affordability. A hybrid system could give the Altima the combination many mid-size sedan buyers are currently looking for: strong fuel economy, smooth low-speed response, long driving range, and no need to depend entirely on public charging infrastructure. And now comes the question that could determine whether a futuristic Altima succeeds or fails. How much could it cost? If Nissan keeps the Altima positioned as an accessible mid-size sedan, an entry price somewhere around the high $20,000 to low $30,000 range would make strategic sense. Better equipped trims could potentially move through the mid $30,000 range. And if Nissan introduced a flagship electrified version with a panoramic digital cockpit, premium upholstery, advanced driver assistance, panoramic glass roof, upgraded audio, larger wheels, and all-wheel drive, pricing could potentially approach or exceed $40,000. So what do you think? If the 2027 Nissan Altima looked anything like this, would you choose it over its biggest mid-size sedan rivals? And perhaps the bigger question, would you prefer the next Altima with a traditional gasoline engine, a hybrid system, Nissan e-Power technology, or a fully electric drivetrain? Let me know your choice in the comments below. If you enjoyed this futuristic look at the 2027 Nissan Altima, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next look at the newest cars, future models, and next-generation automotive concepts. Thanks for watching, and until next time, drive smart, stay curious, and keep looking toward the future of automotive design.